back to the Spoiler Cast, the show where we talk about movies and we don't care about spoiling them. And today we're going to talk about a bunch of movies.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, we just hit the halfway part of the year, so it's time to do a little bit of a look back at movies maybe we haven't talked about and what movies were our favorites. Only to realize that's in like 2 weeks technically, but...
Technically, yeah, but we're hitting the middle month.
Yeah,
it's the beginning of the summer.
June 1st is when this comes out, and we thought, why not talk about... Because there's been some movies that at least I know, I've watched a few movies that we haven't talked about. New movies. I watched a bunch of old movies as well, but... and I thought we should also do like, see how our top 10 for the year is so far.
Yeah.
And also, I want to talk a little bit about... Maybe like some not movie news, but like things that people are talking about, on film Twitter and on the internet at large.
Yeah.
Regarding the death of cinema, specifically surrounding Furiosa. But we'll get to that. First, let's talk a little bit about the movies we haven't mentioned yet, or at least haven't done full episodes on.
Yeah, sure.
Do you know it? How many movies you've watched this year that we haven't talked about? That are from 2024. I mean,
that are technically 2024 movies. I've only watched 18 films.
Okay.
And we've talked about most of them, I think.
Is there anyone you haven't?
Well, we never did a full episode on Late Night with the Devil. What's it called?
Late Night with the Devil. Yeah.
Yeah. But I know we both watched it eventually.
Yeah.
So that's one, and then Damsel and Argylle, I think, are the only ones I've watched that we haven't talked about.
Okay.
But I have watched a bunch of old movies as well. So I mean.
Yeah, but that's too many to go through. I watched too many movies this year.
I mean, not that many. In total, I've watched 57 movies this year so far, so it's not that many.
I don't know how many I've watched.
Because I log every movie I watched in the year, and then I especially log if they're new for the year.
Yeah, me too. So I
have my watched in 2024, and that's 57 movies.
I have 87 this year that I have logged.
That's a bit more, yeah.
New and old. I did a couple of years ago, kind of when I first started using Letterboxd properly, I tried to do one movie a day. Like
that's insane.
It had to be a movie I hadn't seen before, and it had to be feature length. I didn't quite make it. I had like 340 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, you think like, well, I watch TV every day. I'll watch a movie every day, but you don't.
Nah.
Some days you don't watch
YouTube
that much.
Every day.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you might actually I sit down. I watch TV every day. I sit in front of my TV every day. I do.
Sure.
But sometimes it might just be for an hour when you come home from work. You cook some food, you eat it, and then you just pass out. Especially like a late day. Like today, I came home at like 8:30 p.m. It's 8:30 now when we're recording.
Yeah.
Like
we just started. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Tomorrow I'm off, so I'll probably stay up. But like if I was going to work tomorrow, I would just put on like a YouTube video and fall asleep 30 minutes after I put it on. So sometimes you don't, even if you actually turn the TV on every day. Sometimes if you can't find anything, you just watch some show or something. So
exactly. If we turn on the TV, we usually put on an old show. We have like a rotation on. It's Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Friends, Big Bang Theory, and now we've added 2.5 Men.
Oh my god!
I don't watch it. It's like if we eat, I sit there and maybe. Before I go to bed, I sit there while I scroll on my phone. I don't really watch it. It's just there. It's just background noise.
Yeah.
I usually sit on my computer and just watch YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, I rarely watch a TV show, especially like a full TV show, unless we're talking about it.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
Me neither. I have watched one show this year though that we haven't talked about yet, but we should. It's Tires.
Oh yeah. I haven't watched it yet.
It's 3 hours and you're done with the whole show, so. You can do
Maybe
it
I'll have time this weekend, actually.
Yeah. So look out for our TV cast episode on Tires. And check out Tires.
Yes.
Just spoilers for that discussion. It's a good show. If you're into that kind of humor, I suppose. Anyway, so the movies I've watched this year, that are from this year, but we haven't talked about, aren't that many.
No, because I'm looking at my all the movies I've watched so far in 2024, and a lot of them are movies I never had time to watch in 2023.
Yeah, I have a bunch of 2023 movies as well. I have Late Night with the Devil, which I think is the only one we both have seen that we haven't talked about.
Yeah.
I have Challengers, The Fall Guy.
I've been meaning to see that one.
Yeah.
You've seen Fall Guy?
Yeah, I saw Fall Guy. It bombed, so they just put it out on digital immediately, so it's available now and perfect. It's available online even,
Nice.
And then I'm not sure, it's technically a 2023 movie, but I think it was released in Sweden in 2024. Blackberry.
Yeah, sure. I think so too.
I'm gonna double check because I think that was I don't think that was on in cinemas in Sweden. It was
no.
It was I think it was a Prime release here.
Probably, yeah.
And I saw it a week ago. Let me check. Release date. No.
It
came out almost a year ago in Sweden. I think it must have been like a film festival or something. Because I do not remember.
Oh yeah,
that.
No, because it didn't go on regular cinema, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all. It just says June 16th, 2023. It doesn't say if it was a festival or anything. Then it might have been cinemas. We might have just missed it.
That's true, but June is usually... Isn't that a film festival in June?
I don't know. February is Gothenburg. November is Stockholm. And then there's a bunch of smaller ones, but I don't think it was any one of those. Either way. Okay, so we'll skip down. I can just say, though, it's a fucking amazing movie. So if you haven't seen it, check it
the
out.
one about the phone
The
thing.
phone, yeah. Yeah, all of these... Oh, by the way, Unfrosted is another one I saw.
Oh, right, yeah.
Speaking of movies about things.
Which is a new thing. We don't... Blackberry, Frosted, the Cheeto one? No, what was it?
Flaming Hot.
Flaming Hot.
Tetris came out
Tetris before
last
that.
year. Air, the one about the fucking Nike shoe. It's a shoe movie. They made a. I mean, it's not technically a product, but the Dumb Money, which I think was about the Robin Hood GameStop stock thing.
Oh right.
Yeah, they already released that one. They released a movie about Beanie Babies. Not Beanie Babies as some
characters.
No, the product
about the product. Yeah.
I was like, I'm not watching that.
This is just me talking out of my ass, but I feel like it started with all the emoji movies and shit like that they made for kids, and they're like, maybe adults would like that shit too. So they made it more about the product instead of having the characters.
I think this is just
because we had Barbie as well, technically being a middle thing.
Technically about a product, yeah, but that's not
it's
about
also a bit
the
of
product.
But it's a little bit of a middle thing,
Yeah, but it's not the same.
No.
But
I feel like they just I don't know.
Yeah.
They're running out of things to make movies about or something.
That's the thing. We've done all the biopics. We all the big famous people.
There's enough historical ones.
Exactly. So, what do we have left? Well, people like things, right? How about we make a movie about the Air Jordans?
That's a popular item.
Honestly, it's well directed. It's well acted. It is
just dumb.
It's actually pretty well written. But they're dramatizing the making of a shoe with emotional swelling music and speeches.
I'm imagining it's like Oppenheimer, I guess, but
about a shoe, yeah.
About a shoe, yeah.
Yes, pretty much.
Or the one with the decoding thing with the Germans in the war.
The Imitation Game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the whole big machine stuff.
It's like a historical drama about making a shoe. The thing is, it's well made enough that I can't even... It's the worst movie ever, but I can't even say that it is that, because I actually kind of enjoyed it. But it's just about a shoe. What the fuck am I watching?
Yeah, because it's not bad, it's just what the fuck.
Yeah, it's what the fuck, yeah. Blackberry, kind of the same, but they didn't have to... I read up on it. I was like, is this one of those where they just embellish everything? But no, it pretty much happened the way it did, so it's an interesting story at least. It's not just guys in a boardroom saying we need a new shoe. Which is literally what happens in Air.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah. Old news. I think we already talked about how movies about products are a thing now, so... But anyway.
Yeah.
Blackberry, Sure, 2023, but still, check it out. It's amazing. Glenn Howerton is just full-on psycho in this movie, and it's awesome. He has maybe one of the greatest lines ever written in a movie. It makes no sense, but he delivers this so fucking good. I mean, I could recite it, but it wouldn't make sense.
No, you have to watch the movie.
Yeah, I'm from Waterloo. That's what I'll say. It's so good. Yeah. Anyway, so the movies. Should we start with Late Night with the Devil, since the one we both saw? A mini review of Late Night with the Devil. Long and short of it, pretty good.
Yeah, it's mid in my opinion.
It was good. I think it got overhyped for some reason. A lot of movies get overhyped. We'll talk about that when we talk a little bit about Furiosa again. Anyway, I thought, because it was kind of interesting. I was like, I saw the trailer. I was like, yeah, I'll check it out eventually.
It's an interesting concept.
Yeah, and then it got like super. Everyone was like, oh my god, it's like the best horror movie of the year, people, on Twitter. And then people discovered that, oh my god, they used AI to make like 2 pictures. You know those like, we'll be back soon cards that show up when there's an ad? You know, the owl and the skeleton? Yeah. Those were AI generated. And they were like, oh my god, they
sold out.
They fucked some artists out of making those pictures so they couldn't make money. Like, making it sound like they like had an artist but didn't pay him, instead made AI art. It's like, no, they never hired an artist. But yeah, that's technically still taking potential revenue away from an artist. But
sure,
I'm like, it was probably
pushing
something.
It though.
Yeah, I get it. You shouldn't use AI art. We shouldn't promote that kind of stuff. It's bad. We should limit it as much as we can. But
I mean, for private use is one thing.
Private use is one thing. I have used it a couple of times for thumbnails. Like, literally a couple.
You're not making money. You're not stealing money from anyone. You wouldn't pay anyone to do it.
No, exactly. Because I don't have any money. And here's like, it was probably like they realized, like, oh, fuck. We don't have the interstitials for the ads. And someone just typed in spooky skeleton in 70s style. Because they didn't have time. So
yeah, it feels like that would have been like a last minute thing then.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like, oh my god, they're terrible. And people were almost like, yeah, well, I never liked the movie anyway, so I can shit. Like, all of a sudden, it just changes. It changed overnight what people thought of the movie. But then slowly, like, well, it was a bad choice, but the movie's still good though. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? So that's when I have to watch this now. I have to watch this horrible AI art. So I watched the movie. It was good.
Yeah.
But I think it was overhyped. Like, it's not that good. And especially not spoilers, I suppose. It's supposed to be like a mockumentary. Because it opens with like narration saying like, oh, we found the never before seen footage of this talk show where they had an exorcism of a girl or whatever. I don't even fucking remember what happens.
It's not an exorcism, but they commune with the demon or something.
That's inside a little girl. And we also found like B-roll that they were filming behind the scenes. So it's like, oh, okay, so now there's gonna be cut together. But that's all there is. That's as far as they go with mockumentary. Like, there's no voiceover except for the opening. There's no like, I was there that night, and this like a talking heads segment, like a real documentary.
Like no interview thing. No.
Yeah. No, it's almost presented as found footage, but obviously somebody cut together the actual broadcast footage and the behind the scenes footage. So why not go all the way and make it a proper mockumentary? And also, why in the end then make a fourth wall instead of breaking it and make it into a movie in the end? Because the end is just, it takes place during that night. There's not film cameras. It's as if it's now real, like we're there. Yeah, exactly. It becomes a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
we're not watching it through a camera anymore. We're on set.
And I gotta say, I was a little confused. People are gonna hold it against me. I did shut my eyes for like 5 seconds towards the end.
Oh my god.
Because I also have to say, I was kind of bored.
Yeah.
Towards the end. I don't
The
think
beginning of the scares were fun and like intriguing, where you're like, oh my god, is this real or not? What the heck is going on?
Yeah.
Then it got a bit too much.
Yeah. So when the whole like the hallucinations and they insinuated maybe he killed someone there, and all of a sudden it was now a movie.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. And that's
No.
why usually you don't do that. That's I think it's been done like once before. And that's the end of the last broadcast, that is like a proper documentary all the way through until the very end, when it all of a sudden becomes a movie, and we see like, oh my god, it was that guy all along who did it.
Right.
Have you seen it?
I think I have.
Yeah.
I've seen bits of it at least.
Listen, that's a great mockumentary, but that ending has irked me for like 20 years or more at this point. It's so annoying. And this was even worse because the movie wasn't even that good. I mean, it was good. It was good. I would recommend it to people. But I would have loved it if it was either it was just like someone had taped the broadcast, because it was still it was still something that had happened, right? It was live footage.
Sure.
Or was this like lost media? I don't remember if they say that in the beginning.
I mean, it's supposed to be like live footage because they're supposed to be live.
So people actually saw it happen on TV.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's why they were like talking to the audience properly.
Yeah, but I mean,
they
they could have filmed it in advance and then shown it on TV, but because this happened, they never showed it. It was just stuck on a tape
I think it was live.
Okay, yeah.
I think. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
The one thing that bothered me most is the fact that they mentioned in the beginning and even show clips of this secret group of men hiding out in the woods doing rituals and sacrifices and shit.
Yeah.
But they never really get to that properly.
No. And they like...
That's just like a teaser. And
they
then
drop
like,
hints that...
Never mind.
Whatever his name is.
That it's a society.
Yeah, and that David Dasmalkian's character, the main guy, the show host, that he's like involved and maybe he like sold his soul to become famous.
Yeah, and that's why his wife got sick. Yeah. Because he had like sacrificed someone.
There's a problem with that though. And this is where the writing comes in. Because that's like great for like, a mystery. But if he sold his soul to become successful, and he did pay the price, his wife, whom they show him as kind of a cold, business type person.
Yeah.
But that was the one like thing where he was like, that was all like, that was he truly loved her,
Yeah.
That's the way they sell it. So he did lose the most important thing to him other than the show, I suppose. Why would the show be struggling if he sold his soul to be successful? Because the show was like, other than like the first few episodes, it was never like super popular and it was always on the verge of being cancelled.
Yeah.
Is that just
Which is why they're doing this extra special episode, right? To
super
like
spooky
bring
Halloween
up
special.
Bring up the ratings again.
Is that supposed to be like, careful what you wish for? But usually, like, the thing you wish for is still what you get, success. But you lose something
not
else.
The success you want to have, maybe.
Yeah, but this wasn't success. He was struggling. I don't know.
Exactly. Should have still had success, but be like miserable about it or something.
Yeah, that it came off as weird to me. It was like a weird detail. Like, why does it have to be a struggling show? They could just be known for putting on a show every year and like, we have to up the ante every year. And he was like egging them on because he's mad with success.
It could be struggling, but then cut out the part where he sold his soul to the devil.
That too, yeah.
And the whole ritual and the society or whatever that the magician wanted to join, or whatever his name was.
Yeah, because it didn't really add anything to the
skeptic.
end, I think.
No.
Yeah.
Except for, I guess, there's supposed to be a connection between then the demon inside Lily and him, because the demon, I met you before, and that's the demon they sacrificed to, I suppose. But, like, it could have just been any demon, and, like, how do you know my name? And that would have been scary enough. Like, we don't need to have that he has sacrificed his wife to that specific demon. That didn't make a difference.
Exactly.
So no, I thought it was a bit... It was interesting, and it had its moments. I loved the character of Christu and, like, how real that felt.
Yeah, that it actually, like, became real. I like that, too.
That was a great, like, introduction to it actually being scary.
Yeah, when he's like, wait, something's actually wrong here. I'm not joking
I don't like
anymore.
this. And the skeptic was a bit interesting in how he could like almost disprove it. Like we saw one thing and then he played back the tape and it was a completely different thing.
Yeah.
The hypnosis thing.
Yeah.
It was interesting because it made you question what is real and what's not. But then they brought out the demon and it got a bit much.
Yeah, it became too much in the end. And also, imagine if it was actually... not that it would have been aired like on TV or something, because it was supposed to be the 70s, because that's the aesthetic they're going for. But imagine if it was actually sold and only shown as like, this is a lost episode of a small like an late night talk
TV show, late night show,
that we found, and they something insane happened, and we want to show this. And you just saw the raw broadcast. No behind-the-scenes stuff where they have like, they're trying to like up the emotional stakes. Like, I'm really trying to do a show here, and my wife, like, no, just go.
The relationship between the reporter and Jack Delroy.
Jack Delroy, that is his name. Yeah, it was a little much, and it became too much of a show when it felt like they were really trying to go for like, this happened. It should have been like something that, the oldest, the original one is of course Orson Welles. What's it called?
War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds. Yeah, when it's
the
done
radio?
like the radio show is done like a newscast, and people are like, what the fuck, you know. Even though the whole show started with this is a dramatization, but if you tune in like 10 seconds too late, you would know.
Yeah, you missed that part. And like, we're invaded by aliens?
Yeah.
The fuck?
And then in, of course, all the found footage where this is real, like the Blair Witch Project, whatever.
Yeah.
But there was also if it was late 80s or early 90s, something called like the WNUF Halloween broadcast, which was like a British Halloween special where they had actual, like TV personalities, people who were on TV, who did like talk shows and stuff, now doing like a special Halloween show that we're only doing, for Halloween, where we're going to go into a haunted house, we're going to talk to people who think they're possessed and stuff like that. And be like, it's going to be, good, clean, family fun, but like the house is actually haunted. The person is actually possessed. And people are like, what the and they're selling it. They have like actual commercials and things like that, and they totally sold it as this is actually happening. So people were like, what? It was first like afterwards they were like, no, sorry, it was fake. Like a real fake out. It should have been a real fake out.
It's hard to do though, especially since they're trying to make it 70s.
I know, but at least
they could have made it like with just make it like a late night show that we have today. Will still be the same sensation,
Yeah. But then the whole thing, I don't know. Yeah, they could have, I think, yeah. I think they wanted that 70s aesthetic,
Yeah, I guess. By the way, I have seen the last broadcast because we've actually done an episode on it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I just remembered. Because I had to look it up. I'm sure I've seen it.
Oh, yeah.
No, we did an episode on it.
Was that the Patreon episode where we did Poughkeepsie tapes?
I think so. I'm trying to scroll through the Insta because I know I posted about it. Jeez, that's way back though.
Hey, that's also like a great, like a proper mockumentary, the Poughkeepsie tapes. If you can get a hold of the original like screener copy, which is a little bit longer and more brutal.
No, you know what it was? It was a continuation of the Blair Witch Project movie.
Oh, makes sense because it was.
We did the
proto Blair Witch.
Yeah.
But we did do Poughkeepsie tapes as well. I know that. But that might have been a Patreon episode.
We did 2 movies in this one because I cut together 2 images.
Yeah.
One of the other image is a bunch of videotapes, and it says Peter 30 minutes 1990 / something.
What's
PK-NY. I didn't write the movie names for some reason.
Oh, okay. Show me the picture.
And I didn't hashtag it with the movie name either. Do you recognize it?
That's Poughkeepsie tapes, and
the other side, the red
last
stuff broadcast.
Is, yeah.
The last broadcast, yeah. It was after our very failed live stream of us talking about the Blair Witch Project.
Okay, I don't remember that.
When we tried to, which was on April 1st, which was funny. because it kind of turned out like an April Fool's because we failed, but it wasn't on purpose.
Oh, I don't remember that at all. That must have been like 2 years ago.
Yeah, April 1st, 2021.
Jesus, okay. Anyway, back to
Late Night
with the Devil.
I mean,
also, the fact that they called it something else, it was not called Night Owl, which was the name of the show.
yeah.
Also, like, so it's a movie, or it's a documentary about what happened. It feels like they didn't know what they were doing. They had an idea, but they didn't like execute it properly, and they kind of like, let's save it by doing this instead. And like, but no, don't do that. Yeah. Unfortunately, but we need to move on. So, still though, I would recommend it. It's still good.
Sure, yeah, no, watch it. No. I'm glad I didn't pay for it, if I'm being honest. Yeah. And I'm not gonna like revisit it because it wasn't a great horror film to watch every Halloween kind of thing. It was just a nice movie to watch once.
Yeah, I agree.
Something we discussed that we were supposed to watch, both of us, but you never watched it, and we never ended up making an episode on it.
Damsel?
Damsel, yeah.
Yeah, I never did, because it got terrible reviews.
Yeah, it's not great.
Okay.
It's very repetitive, and I mean, you only have one actor really, and it's fucking Millie Bobby Brown. So, she's not great.
Just one
in general, in my opinion. Well, a lot of the movie takes place in a cave system.
Oh yeah,
the dragon and her, and that's just her running around basically and being chased by a dragon. And the worst part is that they kind of do it twice.
Yeah?
Actually, they do it twice, the exact same way. Because the story of it is that her and her father and her family are like rulers of this kingdom that is very poor. So they decide to marry her off to a rich kingdom.
Yeah.
To like, boost whatever, income and shit.
Yeah, back then.
Yeah. And she's like fine with it, so it's not terrible. Problem is that kingdom that they decide to work with or marry her off to have a tradition where they have to sacrifice 2 women of their family, or the royal family, to a dragon each year.
Okay.
Problem is they only have one son, or one daughter and one son. So they need another woman, another girl in their family. So they marry someone and sacrifice her to the dragon.
Yeah.
Not Obviously, she fights her way out.
Yeah.
But she gets out, like, before the halfway point.
Oh.
And then she goes back in and starts over because her sister ends up being thrown down there because they realize, the dragon didn't kill her, so we need another one. Well, and then she starts over. Like, they literally show her doing the same thing again. No, she just doesn't hesitate because she knows where she's going. But there's like, come on, you're literally doing the same thing again. It's a little bit quicker, but it's the same scenes. You're just differently clothed because you've torn your dress.
Yeah, that's...
And in the end, she's so badass because she, like, understands why the dragon's mad, and she, like, frees the dragon, and she allows it to take revenge on the actual bad guys, and she controls it almost.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, no. A dragon wouldn't do that, even if it wanted revenge, because for some stupid reason, it's like, the humans who moved into the dragon's island killed its babies, and that's why it needs 2 sacrifices every year. To, like... You killed my 2 babies, so I'm gonna kill 2 of your babies every year. Heh. You're a dragon, just kill whatever. Like, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And then, no, it's just dumb. It's really
it doesn't sound great.
No.
I have to say.
I mean, like, the dragon looked cool and all, and, like, the sets were pretty, I mean, it was all fake, but still.
And also,
it looked fine.
I get the feeling like the plot sounds like, it's going to be like a swashbuckling adventure. But the trailer made it feel like it was like super, not dark, but very, very like rough somehow. Not at all fun.
No, it's not really fun.
Oh, okay.
There's not a lot of fun to it. It is pretty bleak, the storyline and all that stuff. Because it is literally just a girl trying to not die constantly. And like people sacrificing her, dragon wanting to eat her, she finds out that a bunch of girls have been sacrificed.
So there's never like a moment where she's like, "Oh, not again," and then she starts fighting or something.
Not really. No.
Oh, okay. Because that was what was good about what's it called, The Princess or something? The one with Joey King.
Yeah, I never watched that one.
She was like the classic, princess stuck in the tower. But
yeah,
this princess ain't waiting for no goddamn prince. She grabs her sword and fights her way down. That's
probably better.
It was not great, but the action was awesome and it was actually kind of fun.
See, we were supposed to make an episode on Damsel so we could watch that one for the Patreon.
Right.
But I ended up watching Damsel. I never watched The Princess or whatever.
Yeah, okay. Anyway. Well.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't recommend that Damsel.
It's too bad, because Millie Bobby Brown, she...
I'm not a fan.
Oh, okay.
I'm still not a fan.
Okay, I don't know. Yeah.
She hasn't won me over yet with a good, character and role.
No. And it is weird that they're still, propping her up as, star material after she, viciously drove right through, a group of school children and just, laughed at them.
Wait, what?
Oh, you don't remember that meme?
No,
that was
what?
a meme a couple of years ago where you would just copy paste I saw Millie Bobby Brown run over a mother and her 5-year-old child screaming
Why?
"fuck you bitch" as she was doing it. It was this weird thing where it was just making her out to be a horrible psycho killer or something.
But she's just weird in general. That's why I don't like her.
You just posted that on Twitter.
That's just terrible.
Yeah, and people quick stop doing this. It's you're making fun of what was you 17 back then or something?
Oh my god. I mean, yeah, she's not old.
It's kind of funny though. It's kind of it's kind of a dead meme as well, but when you said confirmed white supremacist mass murderer Bert Kreischer, when you would say that stuff about Bert Kreischer because
sure.
That's funny to make up rumors about him. Anyway, sorry.
Anyway,
movies that I've watched.
Movies
that you haven't done. I think I mentioned it though maybe on a Patreon episode. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Yeah, you mentioned it.
Or we talked about the trailer.
Yeah.
The new movie from Mr. Shit, what's his name?
Exactly.
The guy who made Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. Shit. No! Guy Ritchie.
Yes.
Guy Ritchie. Which the trailer made it look like this sort of, Inglourious Bastards-esque, rip-roaring adventure with these cool characters in World War II. There is a little bit of that, and, and they were, but the problem is, this is based on real people that were, they had the whole, if you get captured, we will deny any, notion of your mission or you as people.
Yeah.
Because what they were doing was not legally, it wasn't legal.
Exactly.
But they were also the best of the best. They had their, they had their eccentricities and stuff. But since they're based on real people, they also, they wanted not to turn them into jokes. So while you have a couple of cool action scenes in the beginning, it just turns into a World War II drama for the middle hour, and then you have no, it's not even fun action in it. It's pretty grounded action towards the end. So kudos.
I mean, even if it's based on true events and shit, you can still glorify it.
Yeah, but.
Act it up a bit.
Because they used the actual names. It was the actual character. It wasn't just based on something that happened. It was like a biopic, I mean.
Well, that's dumb.
Yeah, so they
should have used other names or something.
Yeah, and just said that they took inspiration from this operation, which
from this top secret operation that no one heard about.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something.
And it could have been a lot more fun. So once again, Henry Cavill, fucking bombing at the box office. I don't even know if this was. I think it was in cinema somewhere. He's so good, and he keeps failing. The poor man. Which
is why I'm not a super fan of him.
You're not.
God, I'm getting golden hour right now.
Yeah, I see that. I am so on the Henry Cavill train. I am so charmed by him.
I think I'm over him. That might be the thing for me.
I have a serious man crush on him, and have had for a while now. But yeah,
I'm looking at the cast list also. I'm like, why? This is a random cast. Henry Cavill, sure, he's like the big name, obviously. Yeah. Alan Ritchson, which is like, I recognize you from like a Netflix show, I think.
No, he's in Reacher on Prime.
Right, he's Reacher.
Super
it's
popular
Prime,
as Reacher, yeah. And then you have like smaller roles, but Alex.
Then you have Alex Pettyfire coming back from nowhere.
Yeah. You have Rory.
Carrie Yules.
I think it's Yules. I don't know how you say it. Yules. I'm not sure. Also, small
I haven't
role.
seen you like in ages, I feel like, and then all of a sudden you show up.
No, he's done things. He was in Blackberry.
Oh my god, he's in the fucking Rebel Moon.
Oh god.
He's in both of them?
Oh god. Those are movies I haven't seen.
He's in Mission Impossible? I don't remember him.
I don't remember.
I watched Operation Fortune. I don't remember him. I'm sorry. I guess he's not memorable.
Anyway,
that's rude.
It was still.
And I hate that they have Hero Finn Tiffin or whatever the fuck his name is. I hate him. He's a terrible actor. Why do they keep hiring him?
I don't know who that is.
He's the young guy.
Oh, okay.
In that movie with the scrawny body and
which movie?
He has a mustache in the Gentlemanly Warfare thing.
No. Anyway, not great. I gave it a 3 out of 5. I think it was just like, no, I really like Henry Cavill. But honestly, it's like a 2.5 maybe.
Yeah, but did you like the movie?
I'm going to change 2.5. You can skip that one. Then we have...
Yeah. The trailer looked good, yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah. We need to move along.
Sure.
Then we have... Oh, what was the next movie you had on your list?
I had Argylle, which...
Yeah, that was another Henry Cavill failure. That's kind of was like he had 2 movies this year, and both of them kind of flopped. Because I heard
Argylle was just weird.
Didn't Argylle get terrible reviews?
I mean, it has a 2.3 on Letterboxd.
Hold on, Argylle Metascore. 35. Jesus Christ. Oh, that was Matthew Vaughn. Can we please stop saying like Matthew Vaughn is good? Can we stop saying like letting him make movies? He did what's it called?
But he did one good. No,
exactly. Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, he did Kick-Ass. Yeah, and then I'm sorry.
I am partial to the first Kingsman at least. But not so much the second, and definitely not the sequel.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I mean,
the first one was fun.
It was okay, but like,
yeah, I'm not saying it's a perfect or great movie, but it's a good little like stupid action film to watch for like teenagers. Kind of like Kick-Ass was, but Kick-Ass was a bit elevated.
Kick-Ass was okay. I think it came at a time when like. Because that was even, before the big MCU debacle. But even back then, I was like, no, I don't want these Marvel trash movies. And then you had felt this different,
Yeah.
But then, once again, he's frustrating. Because X-Men First Class is a good movie. It is.
That's the one with
it's the interesting, when they first start the X-Men stuff, when they stop the Cuban Missile Crisis in the end
with James McAvoy as Charles Xavier.
Yeah. But I can't stand this fake like I'm so anarchy, all my characters are fucking rebel rousers and we're too cool for school. That fucking style, and like. There's the scene in the end of the first Kingsman movie. I never saw the second one. When like all the heads start exploding and it's confetti. And like, oh, look at like the juxtaposition of horrible violence and like fun. Like that's edgy. Like, fuck you. Shut up.
Was that why he did it? I thought he wasn't allowed to show that much blood.
I don't. Well, that's even worse then. If you're like, oh, sorry. Like it's that kind of that fake like rebel without a cause, aw shucks, I'm too cool for school feeling that all his movies have that I fucking hate.
Yeah, well, Argylle isn't much like that.
Okay.
It's just confusing.
Okay.
Because you start watching it like you think you're like watching these extremely attractive people running through like Rome or whatever city they're in and like being super spies and they're looking all cool and shit. And then all of a sudden you're with the writer of the book and she's super boring. She's a stay-at-home lady with her cat.
Which they already did. Lost City of Z.
Yeah.
Whatever it was called.
Yes, but then this one, she takes the train to visit her parents because she's got writer's block.
Yeah.
And a dude on the train saves her from being kidnapped by actual spies.
Yeah, that's the trailer. I'm a huge fan. It's Sam Rockwell.
Yeah.
Is he good at least?
Yeah, no, he's good.
Okay.
He's good. I mean, the acting is fine.
Okay.
I'm not a super big fan of what's her name?
Oh, yeah, Jurassic World lady.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
She's fine.
That's
especially when she plays frumpy.
Sure, but that's maybe not fair to say, but people talk a lot about Nepo babies a while back. She's
a Nepo baby?
Oh, she's a real Nepo baby. No. Ron Howard is her dad, yeah. And she isn't.
And her mother is actress and writer Cheryl Howard.
Yeah, like she's not terrible, but I've never seen a movie with her.
Uncle is Clint Howard.
Yeah, because it's Ron Howard's brother. So.
Sure. I was about to read it as Clint Eastwood. And like, hold on.
Whoa,
that wasn't her.
No, but she's it feels like if she didn't have family in the business, I don't think she would have made it this far. I'm sorry. No offense, but
no. Oh right, that's Ron Howard.
Yeah,
I'd look at a picture to recognize him.
Happy Days.
Yeah,
the voiceover on Arrested Development.
Well, that doesn't help.
Oh, okay, you haven't.
That's just a voice.
You haven't seen Arrested Development?
Not all of it. I've seen bits and pieces.
Okay, it's so good.
Definitely haven't seen all of it. By the way, it's like 8 seasons or something.
No, well, originally it was 3 seasons, and then I think they did one more for Netflix.
4 seasons then.
No. Anyway,
no, but then there's this twist that just makes it. I guess I can spoil it, but
yeah.
Turns out that she's actually a spy, and everything she's written has just been like memories that she's written down.
Oh no!
They like brainwashed her. Her dad's like the bad guy.
Oh.
And the worst
American
part is
Ultra.
that it's
that movie that everyone hated. What the fuck?
Basically, the worst part is though that if I remember it correctly now, it's been a while since I saw it. Everything she's written down, she's released like 7 books or something. But she's only been like hypnotized or under this trance for like half a year.
she's published
so
7
she's
books?
pushed out a book in like a book per month. That's just dumb. And she's
that's
like
not how it
super
works.
hit. No, exactly. Even though she has all of these like memories in her backlog in the back of her mind, and she's writing them as stories, it doesn't make sense either way because like you can't formulate a book that quick, even if you have the entire story.
And why would the spies or the bad guys, whatever, let her do that? Because
the last mission where she lost her memory, she was hiding something super important that had like all the secret spies on it.
Okay.
So they need her to like write that part so they can just go and get it. Because everything she's written down has actually happened. So they're waiting for her to write the last mission so they can just go and collect it. But then Sam Rockwell, or his character Aidan Wilde, picks her up before she releases that part. So he can intercept it and she can lead him to it instead. Because he's the good guy.
Yeah, okay, good.
And her dad is the bad guy, which is just weird. It's such a strange movie, to be honest. And I don't know. I wanted to see more of Dua Lipa. Because she's just in like the first scene.
Okay. All right.
I thought she would be the super spy and that would be fun.
Oh.
But no.
No. Well, it's written by a guy called Jason Fox. So, do with that. No, it's Jason Fuchs, but that's an old angry video game nerd joke.
He wrote Wonder Woman.
Yeah, so sometimes he writes good stuff.
Yeah.
But he also wrote
He's
Ice
acted
Age
in
4.
a bunch of shit too.
Yeah. And he wrote I Still See You. Isn't that the... No, it's a different movie. I thought about I Know Who Murdered Me, that Lindsay Lohan movie that everyone hated.
No, I Still See You is some sort of Bella Thorne ghost movie. That got a 31 Metascore.
Yeah. Anyway, next movie.
Yeah.
Next
what
movie
else did you have?
For me, let's see here. We talked about Civil War. We talked about Abigail. I didn't watch that one. No, yeah. So the next one was Unfrosted.
Yeah.
Which
Pop-Tarts.
I did my trailer reaction for it, or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
I tried to not make classic trailer reactions. Saying that it looks bad, but it also looks like they're almost making fun of these now product biopics.
Right.
And I think that level of the movie was kind of overlooked by people. Now, the movie isn't good. It's pretty bad. But it's not as terrible as people say. I laughed a lot, and not at the movie. I laughed at the jokes they were making. There were a lot of like almost like children's movie level jokes as well. But yeah, whatever.
Wasn't Shrek, but almost.
Not as good as Shrek.
No, but like the jokes, I mean, like it's for both or what?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't know. It was for no one sometimes.
Okay.
But then also it had this but that's also, I'm wondering then if that was like the idea, because it had this terrible TV movie look to it. Everything was flat and overlit. Everything looks shiny and gross. And there was constant boom, 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 boom music, which typical TV movie music, overproduced, overscored, like music in every fun and simple goes, oh, brim music all over the place. And it's like, why would you make
reactionary music? Like
yeah,
it's reacting to the movie, not making you react to it.
So I'm almost like, why would you ever make a movie like this? But I'm like, is that the point?
Is that the joke?
I'm not sure. And if that is the joke, it doesn't land completely. But at least, at
least they tried.
At least they tried, yeah. And it was. I did laugh. Did I actually write something about it? Yeah. This is what I wrote. I gave it 2 out of 5. This should be a hilarious send-up of the terrible new trend of product biopics, Flaming Hot, Air, Tetris, and so on. But the tone is too campy, exactly. And the whole movie feels like a cheap TV movie. I see what Seinfeld is going for, and I did laugh a few times, genuinely, but ultimately doesn't hold up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Seinfeld?
Yeah, he wrote and directed it.
Oh. The Seinfeld?
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh.
Yeah. And also, I also think that a lot of hate for the movie is just people have completely turned on him. I guess some people have always hated him, which, fine. But now it feels like, because as he's growing older, I think he's like in his 70s now, I think. Or at least approaching his 70s. He has become more, he's an old man now. So old men, they are more outspoken, grumpy old men.
Sure.
And, I mean, he's been on wokeness has ruined comedy kick for a few years. So people, of course, hate him for that. Even though he's not like, they make it out like, oh, he's typical far-right comedian, just says that wokeness ruined. Like, no, he's not far-right. He's just saying that you can't even make, what he means when he says that wokeness has ruined comedy is you can't even make, light jokes anymore, Because he got flack. He got flack, this was a few years ago, he made a joke on a talk show something, it was so boomer as well, because he was like, now all the kids are just scrolling on their phones, and you're just scrolling through fucking, I don't know, Instagram, and you get new jokes all the time, and you can just scroll through. It was kind of like a recycled joke that he did from Seinfeld, who says you can just scroll through entertainment this movie with us, like you're a gay French king, He just meant it as like a frilly guy, the French king, Louis the 17th, basically,
Yeah.
So he said gay, and yeah.
That was offensive then.
But I was like, oh my god, he's so homophobic. No.
By the way, he did turn 70 like a month ago, so
okay, yeah.
If my math is correct.
Come on. It's the same thing people are screaming at John Cleese, oh, you fucking racist, just because he says wokeness. It's like, you're taking it too seriously. Calm down.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think he gets a lot of flack for that too, because it's got terrible reviews, and it's not that bad. It's far from the worst movie I've seen this year. Still not good, though. You can definitely skip it. What's your next movie?
No, that's about it. I haven't watched anything else that you haven't watched as well. I mean, like I said, I watched a bunch of 2023 movies, technically. Movies I never got around watching last year. Most of them are just terrible crap, if I'm being honest, unless we've talked about them. I guess, I don't know. No, Aquaman did premiere 2023,
December,
right?
yeah, December.
Yeah.
We talked about it, so...
Yeah, briefly, yeah.
There's a clip of it. We have a mini review.
Yeah, but we didn't do a proper movie review.
No.
We didn't need
it's
one.
just a clip.
Like, I watched The Hunger Games, Mockingbirds and Snakes, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Snakes and...
Terrible.
Yeah.
But that's 2023 again, technically.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah. I heard that was terrible. I didn't care. I only saw the first movie. Yeah. Oh, well, I have a couple more.
Yeah, unless you want to talk more about the hate on Twitter that you mentioned. Now that we're talking about hate.
I want to go through because I have Challengers and Fall Guy left. Fall Guy.
See, those two are movies I want to watch, though, so don't spoil them.
No, I'm not going to spoil anything. I'll just say this: Fall Guy was funny, but it was so. I mean, it is a romantic comedy inside of an action movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting.
They and I mean, it worked, but I can see why people didn't go and see it, even though it has the star power of Ken. I mean, Ryan Gosling. Because you don't know, is it an action movie? It's a romantic comedy, or because people
I wanted to go see it in theaters.
People who want to see a romantic comedy doesn't always want to watch an action movie. And
that's true.
Like action fans doesn't really want to see romantic comedy, so nobody wanted to see it. Unfortunately,
it is a bit of a weird combo.
Yeah, and the script is not good. The script is pretty bad, except for the chemistry. I mean, has Ryan Gosling ever had bad chemistry with a female counter actress?
No.
He always has great chemistry.
He's probably the nicest guy in the world.
He had great chemistry with Steve Carell in Crazy Stupid Love, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, he has amazing chemistry with Emily Blunt. That's to the point. Imagine. That's to the point. Like they don't really have a love scene, but they make out and stuff.
Sure.
And it's so the sparks are flying. I'm just listen. I'm not. This is just in my head, of course. But John Krasinski has to be looking at that and like, fucking love.
You don't think Ryan Gosling isn't he married to what's her name?
Eva Mendes.
Oh
yeah. Spicy Latina.
Thing is though, they're all actors, so they're probably fine with it.
They know, yeah. But I'm like, it was so real.
Well, they're both great actors. So
definitely.
I expect it.
It is. Like I said, I understand why, but it also kind of weird that people didn't like. Oh, it's Ryan Gosling. Oh, it's Emily Blunt, and just didn't go see it. I don't know. Good movie. Check it out.
When did it premiere? Wasn't it
April? It was pretty. Not long ago.
Exactly. I feel like it was like beginning of April or something.
Yeah, and it's already out on digital, so you can watch it.
That's true.
And then my last movie then that we haven't talked about, and out of these ones, I think it's the best one. It's Challengers.
I've heard so much good about it.
It's Luca Guadagnino, known for Call Me By Your Name and the Suspiria remake, and Bones and All was his last movie, I think.
I want to see that one too.
Bones and All was good, yeah. So this is one of those, and especially it seems to be a little bit of a pattern because with Zendaya, because she's in movies where you think you think you know what love is. Like, no, it's complicated, and love is just another word for like a business, whatever. One of those. It's very, very Malcolm and Marie, like.
Sure.
Well, where it's this like, oh, this childish notion of love. No, that's not what it is.
Yeah.
And she does that very well. She can be, as an actress, her kind of character plays such a fucking bitch.
Oh God, yeah, but she does it good.
She does it good. So it's a very manipulative movie, so to speak, or what
little I know is that she's basically just leading on two guys at the same time.
Oh yeah,
she's like, I'm just leading you on. I'm not in love with either of you. I just want something.
Yeah, and that's literally like the scene in the trailer where they're both kissing her, and then they start kissing each other as she lays down. Yeah, they literally are making out with each other, thinking they're making out with her, which is
It's
then all of a
it's
sudden
not
they both-
gay if it's in a three-way.
Exactly. Well, when you're locking lips, I don't know, dude. They both like,
That's
what
what they
the
say in
fuck?
the song. It's not gay if it's in a three-way.
And then, yeah, but I know, I get the reference. And then just they realize that she's standing there looking at her. It's like, so now that you're both horny for me, how about you come play tennis for me later? Bye. It's like, whore, manipulator.
You know how I've mostly been like intrigued in watching it? Her fashion on the press tour has been amazing.
I don't know. But in the end, it is a very interesting movie. An interesting look at relationships.
Do they actually play tennis though?
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of tennis.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
There's a bunch of tennis. It's not like, it's just like they always cut away from tennis. No, there's a bunch of tennis in there.
Good.
And it's not just that she's constantly playing them. There's back and forth. And there's layers to it. So it's not just, oh, guys, you're too easy to manipulate. Because that makes me
There's more to
blood
it.
boil. There's more to it, yeah. Also, I want to point out something I realized today. Justin Kuritsky's, I think that's how you say it, who wrote this. From the first time I read his name, I was like, I know that name from somewhere. Was he the guy who made that super like dark epic Macbeth movie? And like, no, that was not him. Who is Justin Kuritsky's? And then today I was like, oh, I realized it. Like 12, 15 years ago or something, he made a YouTube video called, I think it's called Potion Seller. This is like way before he was anybody, I think. I think he was like still a student or something. Look up Potion Seller. And it's very like, it's early YouTube funny. It's from 2011. Wow, okay, yeah. What? Oh, okay. I saw someone who made a video about it, like, oh, the Challengers writer made the viral 2011 Potion Seller video. But the video was posted 2 years ago. It's like, how the fuck did they know he wrote that?
No, the actual one was 12 years ago.
It was 12 years even. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, because that video is 2 years old. Yeah, so then 13 years. Yeah. Have you seen this? Are you looking at it?
No, I'm looking at it.
It's one of those, like that, it's early YouTube, so you know, it's a potato cam, and it's one joke that goes on a little too long. But
Yeah, for 3 minutes.
I watched it again today, of course, and when I like, it's him! And I just laughed my ass off. And it's so funny also because...
He can barely keep his straight face.
He breaks the fourth wall and starts laughing himself. It's so funny. Oh, my potions is too strong for you, traveler. You cannot handle my potions. This guy now wrote one of the highest reviewed movies.
He said the same thing like 3 times now. Shut up.
So
But then he's
funny.
only written one more thing before Challengers.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
Ticklish.
Oh, is that
Which is a video, a short, about a young couple discovering that being ticklish can be a very sensitive matter.
Oh, I thought, no, there's a documentary about that called Tickled, but that's a different thing. Okay, yeah, so he's, yeah. Oh, by the way, also, that I found out in the same time there. He's married to Celine Song, director and writer of Past Lives.
Oh.
Yeah. And has been since 2016, so. Anyway. I don't really say more about Challengers, because, yeah, it's a great movie. You should check it out.
So I should check it out, yeah.
I gave it 3.5, and I think that was because it was a little too much. Oh, men are so easy to manipulate, which incel Toba here. Yeah, I hate that kind of stuff because we're not. Well, some are definitely, but like if I watched it again, knowing where the movie goes, I probably would give it like a 4. Yeah. But those are the movies I've seen this year so far that we haven't talked about. Now, I recently found a batch of movies I want to watch, but I didn't have time to do before this episode. But I did put them in my watch list, which I'm actually going to start using my watch list, not just put a bunch of stuff in there.
I should be able to see your watch list somewhere,
I
right?
think so. If you go to my okay, well, I put one new movie in there, but there's a few I want to watch. I actually I just recently watched a new video by Possessed by Horror. You know the girl.
Yeah.
And she talked about some movies. She made a video about 4 movies that people haven't been talking about, and one of them was Infested. And I was like, yeah, shit, yes.
As in vermin.
Vermin,
That's
yeah.
how vermin.
Vermin, yeah.
It's vermin in my head. Whenever I read infested, I'm like, what's that? Oh, right.
Okay.
Vermin.
Yeah. Yeah, that one more people should talk about, so I commented and linked our
I might attempt to finish it eventually.
You should. It's a great movie. And a great ending.
You know what? Like, the day after we talked about that fucking movie, I opened our garage. There was a giant-ass spider on it.
Yeah.
I was shit myself.
I sent you, I think it was the same day or the day after.
Yeah, you sent me a picture
like, of the big house spider
hours
on my
later.
wall up here. Yeah.
But the thing is, the spider in my garage was huge.
Yeah. No, but she talked. So there's a few movies I want to watch. I want to watch some people have been talking about a movie called In a Violent Nature, which is some sort of, I get a feeling it's like a art house slasher. I don't know yet because I haven't been able to check it out yet.
In a Violent Nature.
The
I
enigmatic.
don't even see that you added it.
No, I haven't added it. I only had them in my head. I only added one new movie that I wanted to watch. But yeah, In a Violent Nature I want to watch. A movie that got terrible reviews. I think it was booed out of, I think it was Cannes Film Festival. But it's written and directed by Chris Pine, which is another man I am very
fond of,
non-homosexually in love with. It's called The Pool Man, or just Pool Man, which is it's also right up my alley because it's about like this like kind of guy who just drifts through life. He lives in a trailer, smokes pot, and like his only job is like cleaning one pool in an apartment complex. But that's all he needs to skate by in life. But then he gets involved in this like neo-noir mystery, and he has to become a private detective. And it's just like, it sounds so much fun. And so I'm hoping that people are just too stuck up to enjoy it, that it's actually great, but I don't think so. And it's also Chris Pine in the leading role, and he has a long hair and a scraggly beard. He looks great that way. And I think he's an underappreciated actor as well. So.
Oh yeah.
I want to check out Pool Man. And then another movie that Possessed by Horror talked about was Lovely, Dark, and Deep, which is a cool title. It sounds like porno.
Well, she did put on your wish list?
That was the only one I actually put on my wish list, yeah. It's about this like a forest ranger who like starts tripping out in the woods. Like acid trip, not trip. She probably trips as well, but you know.
Not stumbling.
Not physically, yeah, exactly. Here it says, Lennon, a new backcountry ranger, travels alone through the dangerous wilderness, hoping to uncover the origins of a tragedy that has haunted her since she was a child. It sounded interesting. It's like a psychological horror, and she also mentioned in her video, Possessed by Horror, that it's also like a cosmic horror movie a little bit. So it's like, ooh, that's cool. And it also stars what's her name?
Georgina Alice Campbell.
Yeah, who is great in that okay movie Barbarian. I said it.
That's her.
And we talked about it already. That's another overhyped fucking movie. It was fine. It was not that good.
Yeah, it was fine.
But she was good.
Yeah.
And then she mentioned a movie I'd seen a lot on online, but I haven't watched yet, called Humane, which I kind of want to check out. Lots of horror movies.
Haven't we mentioned that? Because we've seen it on the website.
Yeah. We mentioned it a couple of episodes ago, I think. I think that's it though for new movies that I like immediately right now I want to watch. Then of course there's more movies coming out later this year I want to watch. Today was the Swedish premiere of Hitman.
Yeah.
The new Linklater movie. Which I didn't have time to watch it today because of work, but I definitely want to check that one out. I like
Sure, no, it's definitely something we're gonna watch eventually, but it just wasn't bad. It was bad timing.
Yeah. Linklater can be hit and miss, but recently it's been more hit than miss. So I want to check that one out. Is there anything else coming? Bad Boys Ride or Die? No.
Watchers, I mean, we have a few things on our list.
Yeah, we want to
talk about Watchers. Gonna watch.
Oh shit! I just realized that Late Night with the Devil is coming to cinemas here.
Yeah, I know. I realized that, but I'm like, fuck it. I don't care.
I've already seen it.
Twisters is the one thing we're actually going to do. Even though that's Twisters. Like technically during our vacation,
I still want to watch it.
We're going to do it.
Yeah. I want to watch it. I don't know. You want to watch Quiet Place Day 1? I'm not very interested.
No, I'm just... I feel like we have to.
Okay, I guess.
I feel like we have to give it a shot. I'm scared. I know I'm not going to like it. I'm going to be disappointed.
And then Horizon, an American Saga Part 1, I really want to check out. Another one by one of those, old boomer Hollywood liberals, Kevin Costner, that people like, oh, he's crazy. But it looks like a fun movie. No, not fun. It looks like a good movie.
Not fun, haha, but like fun.
You know.
But I need to know, you were talking about Furiosa and like Death of Cinema or something.
Yes. Well, people have been talking...
Get to it, because I'm not on Twitter anymore. I gave that up about a year ago.
And we will wrap up with that because we're at an hour now. So
yeah.
So Fall Guy fucking flopped. It made no money. It made no money basically. Even though it was this big production, it's a big, expensive action movie, big cast, big names. Nobody went and saw it. It completely flopped. Furiosa, sequel to one of the most critically praised movies of all time. It's the next movie in this cult favorite, franchise. It has Anya Taylor-Joy. It has fucking Thor in it. Big production, big action. It's
kind of flopped.
Their prediction is it's gonna flop. It's made no money so far, basically.
And I mean, it's one of those movies that should have made everything in the opening weekend, basically.
That's the thing.
Should have.
That's the thing. Fury Road was kind of a bust as well. It made like only $390 million back in 2015. It was considered a failure at the box office because they barely made their money back.
But this is the sequel to that which became fantastic.
Well, listen. Sequels are almost always diminishing returns.
That's true.
Like,
it's even a prequel, which is almost worse.
Yeah, and it's 9 years after the last one, which didn't do too well.
I guess.
So I was never... I was hoping that was going to be a big success. Like we talked about, I liked it.
Yeah.
And, I wanted people to watch it and everything, but I almost knew it wasn't going to happen. Because the last one didn't happen. Even if everyone who went and saw that one went and saw this one, it would still not make its money back because now it's even more expensive to make movies.
That's true.
So then it feels like people on Twitter are just gushing over this movie now. Partly because they really, really like it. Which we both agreed the people, not people, but we didn't think it was that good. It's good.
No, it was good, but it's not that good.
But now it's like...
It has very big shoes to fill.
Yes. But now it's like, the movie is failing, so we need to prop it up. By then just like saying, oh my god, this is the greatest movie ever. It's so vast and deep and wonderful and crazy. It's over the top. It feels
not how it should work, though.
They're selling it so hard. And I get it.
What are they making out of that, though?
I don't know. It's virtue signaling is what I always come back to. I think they want to I liked it. I don't know.
But why do they have to like it? Because what? Because it's a female empowerment or what?
That's the other side of the coin, though. Because a lot of people have been making videos like, oh yeah, Furiosa totally flopping, and then there's this fucking moron called The Quartering, who I can't believe he still has an audience, but he has. He's now I'm gonna sound like one of those lefty bread tubers, but he's like a right-wing pundit basically. But he's like, I like movies and video games, but I hate women in my video games. He's that kind of guy, And it's always
jokes that were funny.
It's
back
always
in like 2012.
they're stuck in 2016. They're stuck in the meme war. So like the guy I mentioned the meme war is perfect. The guy has and like frequently to this day uses a hat. Like he has a hat on that says Meme War General. Like, give it up, bro. You're 35. Like, stop it. That was fun 10 years ago.
If even.
Well, if you were involved in it, was funny. I fondly remember the meme wars. It was fun.
Sure.
But whatever. That's not the point.
No.
So then a lot of them, of course, like, because it is a big, it's a big girl boss female action movie, they use that and like, haha, it's flopping. Of course it would, because, regular
Women.
people like me, they're sick of female action. Like, shut up. No, we're not. Like,
why would you be sick of female action heroes though? Because like it's not a
especially
saturated market.
No, and well, they mean like because the Marvels flopped, She-Hulk flopped because that's all one thing.
That's because it's Marvel.
I know, but they're conflating it because it's easy target.
Sure,
and their audience is just like, oh, you're right. I hate women in movies too. And then people on the other side can be like, oh, I watched this video and he is totally wrong. But then, and people go hate watch it. Hey, more clicks, more views. So it doesn't matter. They're just doing it for that.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't care. So what? It's more money to him.
All views are good views.
Exactly. Yes, especially when you monetize. So then it feels like they're trying to prop it up even more because like, no, this fucking bigot can't be right. The movie's amazing. It's 11 out of 10. It's better than Fury Road. I saw someone say, I was like, you.
No.
Shut up. You liar.
Back in the corner. Think about what you said. That's not true.
That's not true. But someone did the arrow pointing like, hey, Furiosa better than Fury Road. I was like, no, it's not.
No.
And so many people are talking about it being, like, oh, it's interesting how it develops the world. It's the world building, like how all the factions work to get like,
no.
The relationship between the Bullet Farm, Gastown, and Citadel.
I get it, but
it's like, no, but I think that's people actually genuinely like that though, because people are like, well, I want to know how things work.
We've had that discussion before.
There's
always
world
those
building
who need to know more.
And I don't get it. It's
not
so
in a
boring.
World like that. Not in like that scenario. You don't need more. Sure, there are moments, like we mentioned with Late Night with the Devil. Yeah, there are moments when you mention some things and you need to explore it more. In this case, no. We don't need to know when and how she got kidnapped. That's not important.
That's fine, but I mean the politics between the Bullet Farm and the gas pump.
Yeah, but like all of it, like there's so much we don't need to know in that movie. The action is fun, but the story is just
so much of it has nothing to do with the revenge plot.
Anything,
that's the thing. Yeah. But they're like, well, they're like that's actually now when I watch Fury Road again, it's actually enhancing my experience of watching Fury Road. Like, no. I
rewatched Fury Road and I almost got annoyed with like, oh, now I know too much.
Yeah. No, I still loved it.
Sure, but like, and there was a moment where like, ugh.
Oh, by the way, I did watch some screenshots of the movies next to each other. This one does look worse. It's almost too colorful. Like it's too saturated.
See, but the thing is, when you look at screenshots, it looks grayer. But I think it's when everything's in motion. Yeah, it looks weird.
Yeah, and all the super digital. I mean, they used digital cameras for the last one too, but now it's I don't know, the newer cameras. It just looks bad in comparison.
Well,
but now,
sorry.
But now this is gonna become like one. It's gonna become like a culture war movie now. So either you if you can't just like it or say like it was good but it had problems. No, if you have anything bad to say about it, oh, you're a bigot.
Yeah.
No, don't make it that.
So our episode on it's just gonna be tanked.
Yeah, it hasn't done very
well. We didn't like it that much.
maybe if this keeps going, people will start searching for Furiosa and maybe it'll be picked up in the algorithm. But yeah, the video hasn't done very well. I
don't actually remember what you put as the thumbnail.
Huh?
I don't remember what you put as the thumbnail.
Honestly,
the best and the worst of the man.
I have been super lazy recently, so I just put the fucking poster up. I need to. I think after we have our little season break, which is coming up, by the way, I think I'm going to recharge my batteries and start posting clips, doing proper thumbnails again. But I'm so overworked. Sorry for complaining, whatever. And it's so goddamn hot nowadays. Here in Sweden, the summer heat has come. Yeah. So fucking hot. I run hot, so. But anyway, I shouldn't complain. Oh, sorry. That's it though. That's what I want to talk about. So final statement: Furiosa, it's good, but please, search your heart.
It's not revolutionary or like.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, it's not exactly. It's not doing anything new. Because even if there's a bunch of things that no other movies made. No, there was one movie that did it before. Fury Road.
By the same fucking people.
Yeah, sorry, guy.
They did the exact same thing, just better.
Yeah.
With better actors.
We'll end it on that. This was our half-year catch-up.
Yes.
We'll of course do... Oh, no, we're too far in. Or should we do it? What our top 10 for the year is so far?
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Fuck it, whatever. We'll do a long episode. Because I have mine in the proper order already, so I can just look at my list.
So, like, you mean like the movies we watched this year that are new for this year?
Yeah, so far, what is your top 10?
I need to, Well, since I only have, like, 18 movies on this list.
Yeah, it's almost all of them, yeah.
So, most of them. No, these are not in the right order. Because for some reason, Mean Girls is ranked higher than Love Lies Bleeding. That makes no sense.
No, that doesn't make any sense. No.
But my top is still Monster. The one that technically came out in 2023, but for us, it was 2024 premiere.
Was it, though?
The Japanese one?
Didn't we decide it wasn't?
Oh.
Because I don't have it on my list.
Know.
Hold on.
I thought we decided it was.
Maybe.
Because it premiered like last December or something. We're like, yeah, fuck it, we'll count it as 2024.
I don't know.
Okay, whatever. That if not, then that's honorary mention
it was
or something.
December 22nd in Sweden.
Yeah.
So technically,
technically no, but like,
technically no. And I have another one of those on my list because actually, like my. Well, hold on, I gotta check.
Like, can I edit this? I don't edit my list. There we go.
I gotta check.
I'm annoyed with the order of
shit
shit
because of where it's placed, but I have one movie that is contentious as well. No, yes, it actually is January 5th, 2004 in Sweden, but it was featured on everyone's top 10 list last year because Sweden,
Sweden was late.
Oh. That's another movie I want to watch this year. Last Stop in Yuma County. A lot of people have been talking about it, and it sounds great.
Which one are you talking about, though?
Yes, so I'm gonna my list from the bottom. Yeah. My bottom. So the worst out of the best is Furiosa. That's that number 10.
Oh, no, actually, no, it's there, but it's low.
Okay. My number 9 is actually Immaculate. I know a lot of people didn't like that one. I thought it was really good. I liked it.
Hey, my Immaculate is way up my top 10, actually.
Oh, okay.
Compared to that, then.
Then I have Challengers as number 8. Love Lies Bleeding is number 7. Which, I'm not sure about those two, which one is the better one. They're kind of interchangeable, but I think Love Lies Bleeding edges out just enough. Mainly because I think Kristen Stewart is hotter than Zendaya. Anyway, then my number 6 is The First Omen. Number 5 is Vermine, or Infested.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Dune, Chapter 2, or Part 2, whatever it is. Here's another one, kind of contentious, but technically Swedish premiere was this year, American Fiction. Wow.
Oh, I didn't add that to this list.
I'm pretty sure that was because it was like a Amazon Prime premiere here in Sweden, so it was in 2024. American Fiction. Because it was another one of those that was all over. I think it was even like Academy Award nominated and stuff. So it was like last year, but it didn't have February 27th in Sweden, and it was directly to the internet. So.
So I need to add that to my list.
Yeah, that is a 2024 movie.
Because that changes my top 10, I think.
Okay, and then number 2 is Civil War for me. Another movie where people still like, oh, this movie is so dumb politically. Like, they're trying to make it like, no. If you think this movie is about politics, you missed the point. The movie's about war is bad. That's what the movie is about. I'm sorry. War is bad. But it's also can be like intoxicating and very, like a chance for people to act out. That's what it's about. It's about humanity, Very, very lofty, but still. And then my number 1...
How did I give...
Huh?
Sorry, no, my list is just fucked up. Your number 1.
My number 1 then is The Holdovers. The one you didn't think that was that good.
Counting that too?
Yeah, that came out in January 2024.
Shit, I need to... My list is not...
I know that was like... It was
all.
just on the cusp, just like Monster was December 2023. But this did technically actually come out in January 2024 in Sweden. So I'm putting it on my 2024 list. Same like The Zone of Interest. It's a 2024 release for us. Even though it was like March 2023 for the rest of the world.
Right. Well, then I'm adding a couple of movies here. Hold on.
It was like extra bad with those Edge movies this year. Or last year, whatever I'm going to say.
But like, Poor Things is still 2023, right?
I have it on my list.
The hell?
That might be wrong, though. Hold on. Let me check first.
Yeah.
Let me check Zone of Interest. No, February 9th, Sweden. Poor Things is... That might have been, the Stockholm Film Festival. So that would have been like November last year. January 26th? Oh, no, yeah. It came out...
2023?
No. But I think that has two Swedish dates. I think it has... November 8th, 2023 was the film festival. But it also had an official cinema release in January 2024.
Are we counting it 24 then?
I mean, I have it on my list.
I don't think that one changes mine.
It doesn't really matter, though, because first of all, I didn't finish it, so I can't score it.
That's true. I did finish it.
And second of all, like, it's in the bottom of mine anyway, and it probably wouldn't stay there if I watched everything, but it's in whatever. It's whatever for me. I don't care. Technically, no, it's not on the list.
So, if I'm not counting Monster...
Yeah, what is your top 10? Starting from 10.
My top 10... I'm a little bit unsure about one of them, but because a bunch of mine are 3s, and they're just like all in together, and I'm not entirely sure which one is the top out of those 3. But I think number 10 then would be Furiosa for me.
Okay.
Because I had Anyone But You at the same level, and I like that movie.
Yeah, I put Furiosa...
That would be my number 9.
I had that as 3 on the same as well, but I put that just below Furiosa, because I am an action guy.
So that's the thing. I don't know if that one ends up below Furiosa and The First Omen, or if it stays just at the same spot.
I'll say this, though, and I think we both agree there. We were both positively surprised by Anyone But You. We both liked it. And we were... we liked it, but ultimately we were disappointed by Furiosa, so...
Yeah, so I think that's fair. Right. So 10 is Furiosa, 9 is Anyone But You.
Yeah.
Which sounds ridiculous. 8 is Love Lies Bleeding.
Yeah.
7, Immaculate. 6, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, actually, because I did enjoy it.
Oh, yeah, mine's a little lower. It's number 12 on mine.
What's number mine? 6. No, I'm on 5. How am I counting here?
Number 6 was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, right?
Yeah, 5, Holdovers.
Okay, yeah.
4 then is American Fiction.
Nice.
Now, this is also a bit of a cheat because I technically haven't finished it, but Infested is my number 3 because it's for what it is and for as much as I could watch it, it was great.
That's fair.
I just couldn't finish it because I'm scared.
That's fair, because you are going to finish it, so then you can confirm.
I am eventually. It's just going to take me a week or 2. Number 2 for me is actually Dune Part 2.
Okay.
And then number war is Civil War.
Number Wharf?
Number one is Civil War.
Yeah! Then, I mean...
I fucking loved Civil
Yeah.
War. It's a 5 out of 5 for me.
I want to watch it again.
Yes.
Yeah. I really... People are so dumb for not liking that movie.
By the way, that's one movie we should, if it's still in theaters, we should try, but I don't think it is anymore. And I think we should bring at least our mom, because I think she'd enjoy it. But she's also disappointed that we want to watch Furiosa without her, so we might have to go watch that with her. Sorry, Mom.
I kind of probably should rewatch it.
I said I might be able to.
Yeah.
I could do it.
At some point.
I'll survive.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's that top 10 is probably going to change a little bit.
A little bit, but I'm wondering, like...
But not a lot.
Yeah, looking at what's coming...
I mean, nothing's most likely going to tip Civil War.
No, I don't think so, yeah. And of course, I have holdovers, which I almost don't want to put at number 1 because it is basically a 2023 movie. But, like, oh, it is there, and it is so fucking good. And I don't... Because it's a 5 out of 5, and I don't think I gave... No, yeah, I gave Civil War 4.5, so I can't put that over. I mean, I can, but... Yeah. Anyway. Those are our top 10s.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Nick Mullen...
What did...
Nick Mullen, he so seldomly reviews movies, but he actually reviewed Civil War and gave it 5 out of 5. That's good. He wrote, Escape from New York for girls. That's kind of funny. Glad to see Jesse Plemons back down to just 200 or 300 pounds overweight. Oh, God. Anyway, yeah,
that's it.
That's it. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you enjoy this more scatterbrained episode. Hey, this is kind of a taste of what it is like on Patreon.
Sometimes. Not always, but sometimes.
So if you want more like this, like just general discussion, check us out on Patreon. Patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. But other than that, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for checking us out. We'll be back next week with... Did we have something planned?
The Watchers, possibly.
Watchers, possibly, yeah. Or Hitman, depending on if you manage to go see it.
Depends on what we're in the mood for as well, to be honest.
But anyway,
yeah,
that's it.
Check it out to see.
Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you in the next one. But until then, have a good one. Bye. The Spoiler Cast is part of Please Don't Make a Scene. It is produced and directed by Tobias Vedén and hosted by Tobias and Rebecca Vedén. Executive producer is Annika Vedén. I also want to give a huge shout out to all our patrons over on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. Mom, Dad, Christopher Belén, Danny Del Gaiso, Mac and Mom, Laura Kinney, and CK85.